for you, your commitment to our
Well, first, it's primarily a prestige thing. It means that the country is, in the top ranks of places. It joins countries like Australia, Japan, Korea that do it. But it also has implications for security assistance. So the review period for weapons transfers by Congress is shortened. There's enhanced possibilities for collective research and development. U.S. war stocks can be stationed in major non-NATO allies, with the idea being that these war stocks might be made available to the ally in times of war, things like batteries or expendable missiles, ammunition. And they get first priority for excess U.S. defense articles. I don't think that'll be a consideration for Qatar. When you look at the nuts and bolts, it probably doesn't mean a whole lot for Qatar beyond the prestige, but prestige is a significant thing. Well, the closest country is Bahrain, and that was awarded to them when they were participating in operations in Afghanistan. They benefited primarily by access to U.S. excess defense equipment, so Humvees, tow missiles, things like that. So that was the benefit for them. Kuwait, also in the Gulf Cooperation Council, has long been a major non-NATO ally, and I think that's a recognition coming out of Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and the very, very generous hosting arrangements that Kuwait has for the U.S. Israel and Egypt are both members. I think that's carry on from the Camp David Accords. They get sort of a favored status in U.S. security systems. Jordan is, and Jordan has always been one of the top three states in terms of U.S. security assistance. But there's some other countries like Pakistan where I think that was done primarily during the Afghan war just to keep them on side and a recognition of their importance to our logistical effort in Afghanistan. It doesn't have a direct impact on that. The designation is controlled by the Arms Export Control Act, which just deals with sales of weapons and provision of weapons and military goods and services. But I think that there probably is a clear connection. The prestige of this is pretty significant. I mean, it wasn't 5 years ago that you had a U.S. president toying publicly with the idea of supporting regime change in Qatar. So elevating Qatar into the top tier of security assistance priorities of the United States is very significant. But I don't think there's a direct connection, or at least not one in law. There probably is one in terms of deal-making and diplomacy.
Of our friends in the region. Today, but I'm honored to be here with a good friend who has been wonderful relationship since I've been president and before. I'm honored to be here with a good friend who has been wonderful relationship since I've been president and before. The Sheikh is, I want to welcome you to the White House. 50 years of partnership. You're not that old, but 50 years of partnership. And this past year, our partnership with Qatar has been central to many of our most vital interests. Relocating tens of thousands of Afghans, maintaining stability in Gaza, and providing life-saving assistance to the Palestinians, keeping pressure on ISIS, and deterring threats across the Middle East, and a lot more. And the Emir and I have a lot on our agenda today, and we want to talk about the security in the Gulf and the broader Middle East, ensuring the stability of global energy supplies, continuing our work together to support the people of Afghanistan, and strengthening commercial and investment cooperation between our two countries. On that front, I want to applaud the new deal that Qatar Airways Group signed with Boeing for a $20 billion deal. One of the largest deals that Boeing aircraft has ever had, and it will support tens of thousands of good-paying U.S. jobs here in America. Qatar is a good friend and reliable and capable partner, and I'm notifying Congress that I will designate Qatar as a major non-NATO ally to reflect the importance of our relationship. I think it's